Good morning. Good morning to each of you. I am Dr. Corrine Johnson, and I would like to welcome you to Grace for Today 5 Minute Devotional. This is the place where we gather to jumpstart our morning with a 5 minute devotional. And so on this morning, our subject is going to be every decision has a price tag. And our key scripture is going to be coming from Proverbs 20 and verse 25. And it says, "It is a trap to dedicate something rashly and only later to consider one's vows." And I read that from the NIV version of the Bible. And so every time you give a minute of your life to anything, you're giving a piece of your life away. And the thing that you must understand is that you'll never get that minute back. And so we must learn to use it every minute of the day, but we must use every minute wisely. And so every decision has a price tag. Every decision is going to cost you time, money, energy, reputation, talents, or even resources. So you're always making some sort of investment whenever you make a decision. It doesn't matter if the decision is good or bad, because all decisions come with a cost. It is a trap this morning to decide without deliberating, to make a promise without pondering, to make a commitment without first considering the cost. When people pressure you to make a decision, it's okay to just say, "I'll get back with you," or "let me pray about it first," because making the right decision is more important than making a quick decision. And one of the rules of life is that it's always easier to get into something than to get out of it. It's easier to get into trouble than to get out of it. It's easier to get into a relationship than to get out of it. It's easier to get into debt than to get out of it. It's easier to fill your schedule than to actually fulfill that schedule. And so that's why it's so important this morning to count the cost before you make a decision. Don't choose too quickly. You got to slow down and gain perspective. You got to slow down and pray and ask God, am I really supposed to be doing this? Is this really for me? You got to make sure that you slow down, because it's going to save you a whole lot of heartache in the long run. Many of us, we'll go out and we'll buy certain things. We'll say, well, I can afford it, so why not get it? I only live one time. And then time those payments start rolling around, you're walking around sorrowful and depressed because you made a decision and you didn't slow down and count the cost about that payment before you made it. You didn't consult God before you did it. And so my encouragement this morning, because every decision has a high price tag, is that you use wisdom, slow down when there is a decision to be made, pray about it, count up the cost before you make that decision. Because at the end of the day, the decision, whether it's a good one or whether it's a bad decision, both of them are coming with a cost. And so on this morning, we certainly thank God for each of you for tuning in and joining with me for Grace for Today 5 Minute Devotional. And it is my prayer that as you go forth on today, that you will go forth and have a blessed day.